North Africa was home to some of the scariest dinosaurs scientists have ever discovered, but these three in particular came to dominate the land and even waters of the region. All life in this part of the world revolves around water, and so the dinosaurs that live here have to adapt to aquatic life if they want to survive. These are sawfish, one species of the prehistoric fish that made the North African rivers their home. They are huge, coming in at 5 meters in length, making them as big as the largest manta rays that exist today. But by the standards of Cretaceous Sahara, they're tiny. As they swim along the riverbank, a pair of massive scaled jaws breach through the water out of nowhere and snatch one up. This is the Spinosaurus, and it eats giant sawfish for breakfast. The Spinosaurus is an absolute titan. It weighs a ridiculous 8 tons, and its body is 14 meters long, making it even longer than the Tyrannosaurus Rex. No wonder it's an apex predator of the region. Nothing would dare mess with it. Its skull is long like a crocodile's, coming in at 1.5 meters, fitted with serrated teeth that can grip slippery scales. Its powerful jaw makes short work of the sawfish. It tears through the fish's scales without issue and swallows it down in just a few bites. But this Spinosaurus is still hungry. The other sawfish tried to make a mad dash away to safety, but it's no use. The Spinosaurus has evolved to hunt them down. Unlike most dinosaurs, scientists believe the Spinosaurus could swim. It slips into the water to give chase. Despite its huge size, the Spinosaurus is freakishly fast. The massive dorsal fin on its back acts like a sail that helps it glide through the water, while its muscular back legs push it forward. Its dense bones would have helped it stay submerged, and the nostrils high up on its skull allow it to still breathe. Most important of all though, is its tail. Long, flat, flexible, making it ideal for propelling it in shallow water at great speed. The sawfish school stands no chance. It bursts through the river and catches another one in its jaws, then chomps it down while the others make their escape. But it's not just sawfish that have to look out. The Spinosaurus makes prey of lungfish too. Basically, anything in lush, vibrant waters of North Africa that can fit between its teeth is in danger, and the Spinosaurus is an expert at catching slippery prey. It climbs out of the river and walks back on land on its 2 feet, slipping seamlessly between land and water like it's nothing. When scientists first uncovered the fossil of the Spinosaurus, they realised it was perhaps the very first semi-aquatic dinosaur ever found. The Spinosaurus is a terror in the water. Any small animal would want to stay clear of the North African riverbanks to avoid it, so they head into land. A smart move for the land dwellers. It's here they find the other herbivores that graze on the land. Just like everything in this part of the world, the herbivores are enormous. Small plant eaters look like ants compared to the Nigersaurus, which is like the lawnmower of the region. It has a huge mouth at the end of its wide muzzle, filled with a whopping 500 teeth, the most of any animal to have ever lived. They're able to chew through roots and blades of grass. As it chews, its teeth chip and break. For most animals, this would be game over. Broken teeth don't usually come back, but the Nigersaurus is built different. It grows a new tooth to replace one lost every 14 days. No matter what it has to graze on, be it horsetails, soft ferns, or tougher vegetation, it will always find a way to keep itself going. But the Nigersaurus has to watch out. It may have an enormous mouth and the highest number of teeth in evolutionary history, but compared to the competition, the Nigersaurus is actually quite small. Ouranosaurus, with its massive dorsal fin and bulky body, is much sturdier. Even some of the predators, like the Sarcosuchus, which was essentially just an enormous crocodile, could give it a run for its money. It's just how this part of the world is when it comes to dinosaurs. Giant ones seem to love it. 60 million years before the Nigersaurus or the Spinosaurus in the Jurassic, a truly huge herbivore by the name of Giraffatitan branchi roamed these plains. It was one of the largest dinosaurs to ever roam the continent and made the Nigersaurus look puny in comparison. With a super long neck, a body 26 meters in length and standing up to 12 meters tall, It's easy to see where this beast got its name from. No predator had the chops to take down a herbivore of this size, especially not one that weighed a ridiculous 50 tons. But the Jurassic era is over, and the Giraffatitan is gone. And while they're sturdy, the Nigersaurus is much more vulnerable to attacks than the other titans that occupy its space. Brute strength and size doesn't make the cut anymore. Predators are smarter, and the world has grown more complex. In nature, if you can't compete, you have two options: specialize or go extinct. The Nigersaurus knows it can't hold a candle to the other giants of the time, and so makes use to feed on plants that the others aren't particularly interested in. That way, it can graze the floodplains in relative peace, only having to worry about its predators and never having to fight off other herbivores to keep itself going. But you'd be wrong to think that this means it had an easy time in North Africa. After all, the Spinosaurus isn't the only super predator that roams these lands. As the Nigersaurus graze in blissful peace, they hear a rumbling from across the plains. They look up and see a gigantic body on two legs charging out of the forest bushes. It looks just like a T-Rex and is just as fearsome. This is the Carcharadontosaurus saharicus, the apex predator of the land. While the Spinosaurus dominates the riverbanks, the Carcharadontosaurus is the undisputed king on dry earth. 13 meters in length, 8 tons of pure muscle, and a skull 1.6 meters long, this beast rivals the T-Rex in size and killing potential. It preys on the giant herbivores like Paralititan and Rabachosaurus. The Carcharadontosaurus's mouth is filled with 60 razor-sharp serrated teeth that can grow to be 20 centimeters long, hence its name, literally meaning shark-toothed lizard. Though the Carcharadontosaurus is a little smaller than the truly giant Spinosaurus, evolution has given it the tools to dominate the land and terrorize grazing herbivores. It's very possible that 90 million years ago, the Carcharadontosaurus was the most dangerous carnivore in all of Africa. Paleontologists believe it could have easily given the T-Rex a run for its money. Even if it was slightly lighter in build, it was surely one of the largest carnivores to have ever existed in Earth's history. It had to be. With even the docile herbivores of North Africa being absolute titans, no predator in these days can afford to not have some weight to throw around as it hunts down its prey. The Cretaceous Sahara really was a unique environment in Earth's history. Such extreme temperatures mixed in with an abundance of vegetation that sustained plenty of prey species meant that many predators could coexist at the same time. Nearly all life revolved around the rivers that sprawled through the land, which were prowled by enormous dinosaurs like the Spinosaurus and the Carcharadontosaurus, earning the nickname the River of Giants. Mammals, on the other hand, were minuscule and had to slink into tiny burrows to avoid the reptiles that dominated the earth. In the end, they would get the last laugh, but until then, the giants of Africa ruled the Cretaceous Sahara. My name's Joe, and thank you so much for watching our video on Buried Earth. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to Buried Earth, and check out one of the videos on screen right now that we are sure that you would love.